Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Ayleen, and this is another Daily Dose of Medicine Walk. And for those of you who are listening in on Blog Talk Radio, this is Healing House Radio. So, Luna, the MCat, is, sort of, like I said, as soon as the camera comes out, so does Luna. She was outside enjoying herself, and suddenly I hear the door push open as soon as she heard me setting up. But, she actually gave me the topic for today because she decided she wanted to get up and crawl up into my arms and purr. And for those of you who, if you don't have a cat or, you're not around cats a lot, you may not grasp exactly how healing and amazingly soothing a cat's purr can be. And for those of you who have cats, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're not feeling so well. Maybe, you've got things on your mind. Maybe you're not blocking out, there you go, as you normally would. And your kitty crawls up on you and you hear that gentle and there's something about that sound that it just relaxes. It separates all of the foolishness going on in my head, and I'm just in that moment with her, because that purr is saying I am content. I am happy, at least in this moment. And what happens is that, we actually have a reaction to the sounds that we hear. And because sound is energy, we are able to connect with it. And it can be utilized to be able to help us to be able to help us to, be able to settle and to be able to separate. And even to be able to, sound can be used to help us be able to turn down our empathy. So today we're going to talk about sound. And it doesn't matter whether it's, a concerto, if it is the sound of whale song, if it's blaring out your favorite rock and roll song, or the purring of a cat. It is something that opens up a doorway to be able for us to find that eye of the storm. So consider, what are the sounds that soothe you? What is it that you listen to? Maybe it's, it's the sound of the rain. Maybe it's the sound of the ocean. Maybe it's the sound of the wind blowing through the trees. I get up very early in the morning and I walk Sam, usually at about 5:30 or so. And the day is just beginning and the birds are just waking up. And it is just so peaceful. And hearing, the river flowing and the wind blowing through the trees, that is comforting. That allows me to begin my day with a feeling of peace, a feeling of groundedness, a feeling of being centered. So, maybe you don't live near a river, maybe you don't live in the woods, but that doesn't mean that you can't have sound that is available to you that comforts you. There is a website called a Soft Murmur, and I've posted it before in videos, and I will post it in the description of this video. A soft murmur, basically, it's ambient sound, and it has everything from, ocean sounds to a crowded coffee shop, which during these days, if you're missing your trip to Starbucks or you're missing your trip to your favorite, neighborhood coffee shop, you can turn that on and close your eyes and lean back and imagine that you're sitting there in the coffee shop and you're hearing all these noises. And, the cool part is that you can combine sound. So maybe you want a coffee shop on a rainy day and it's raining outside. We all have those particular sounds that are comforting, whether it's the sound of someone's voice, because sometimes there is something very soothing in certain people's voices. Those who care about us, people who nurture us, people who we view, maybe in a paternal or a maternal way, or a guide or a mentor. There's something about listening to the voice of your mentor, encouraging you and telling you that it's going to be okay, that helps us to believe, yes, it's going to be okay. We can be able to ground with that. We can be able to move ourselves into that balanced place. So consider what it is that soothes you. What are the sounds? What can you close your eyes, and if you hear it, all of a sudden you're able to drown out what it is, all the other energies that are coming in. Because as you grow in your ability to manage your empathy, these are just some of the tools that you can utilize. If you can't reach one tool, then you reach another. And if, separating yourself, or, some of the other things we've talked about, or grounding through the elements, if that's not quite getting it, add a sound effect, add a sound that is settling to you. Most often with meditations, it can be hard meditating with absolutely no sound, because then it's almost like your brain wants to try to fill that space with something. And so if you're just starting to learn about meditation, then in order to get your mind into that receptive place, you can use like guided meditations or music that, kind of helps you get into that mind frame of being settled. And there are lots of really great guided meditations out there. You can just, Google guided meditation, and you'll come across with a lot of different things. You can look on YouTube, and there will be guided meditations. So if the sound is the sound of a voice leading you somewhere, well, then, that's what you go for. This is about you finding what works for you. And what works for me may not necessarily work for you, but it's yours. So take a look and give a thought to what it is that are the sounds, or, what types of sounds relax you. Just start with relaxing. Don't worry about using them to manage your empathy yet. Just start off with what relaxes you, what brings you into a place of calm. What sounds, could help you to, kind of step away from your worries and your concerns. And then once you find that sound, practice going into it. Practice excluding everything else but that sound, whatever it is. Focus on it, breathe it in, and just be in the moment with that sound. And what you'll find is, after you practice that, what happens is anytime you hear that sound, bam, you automatically go into that relaxed state. And that is crucial for learning how to manage your empathy, because it's about getting out of whatever it is that is trying to pull you into that energetic, even if you don't want to be there. So this morning I tweeted that, rather than turning, waking up and before your feet even hit the floor, the TV's on and you're watching all of the badness happening, take an hour and just, if you can go for a walk, great. If not, you don't have to. You just, bundle up in, in a blanket or something, get your favorite hot beverage and go outside, sit down and listen to the world wake up. Listen to the birds. Listen to whatever it is that is the sound of the world kind of gently waking. And if you do that before all of the other stuff comes in, before all the emotion comes in, claiming those private moments for yourself will be a fantastic way that you can be able to help incorporate sound as one of the tools in your toolbox to be able to manage your empathy. So give it a try. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then you can contact me through the comments. You can follow me on Twitter. You can go over to my Facebook group, Medicine Walk with Dr. Ayleen, or you can email me, and my email address is in the description. So, if you like this video and you want to support the channel, which I really hope you do, then you can like the video and you can comment on it. You can share it if you like. And please, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. That would make me and, well, it would make Luna very happy. Mwah. She's like, why are you bothering me? I was napping on your lap. So, thank you for joining me. And as always, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.